What happens to the homes Ukrainians leave behind? More than 4.7 million people have already fled Ukraine since Russia's invasion on February 24, and another 7.1 million are displaced internally, leaving behind their homes, livelihoods, and assets. Nearly 25% of the country's population has been displaced, and that number grows each day. What will happen to the properties that millions of Ukrainians are leaving behind, that have been stolen from them or shelled into rubble? When the day comes for Ukrainians to return and rebuild, how will they reclaim the homes still standing or receive compensation for the homes that have been destroyed or stolen? Right now, Ukrainians are fighting for their homeland, and in many places their lives, and the most immediate needs are for military support and humanitarian assistance. Nonetheless, what happens with property now and after the fighting stops will impact the trajectory of Ukraine's recovery and could spell the difference between manageable difficulties and decades of continued suffering. Abandonment, destruction, or occupation of homes and other property is a grim hallmark of modern conflicts. In the best cases, once a conflict is over, governments, humanitarian organizations, and development partners work to identify and return people's property, sometimes via a land commission or a mass claims restitution process. Nevertheless, restitution processes take years if not decades. If all goes well, displaced citizens can prove they are the rightful owners of the homes and businesses they left behind and eventually return, as was largely the case after Serbia's 1998 invasion of Kosovo. But it doesn't typically play out that way. Often, refugees return to find that property records are missing, destroyed, or inaccurate. Other times, the scale of destruction is so vast that there's no property left to return to, as may be the case in many Ukrainian cities that have been heavily bombed. In still other cases, retreating forces sabotage property as a way to inflict further suffering on the returning population.